Another very interesting part of spiritual culture is the concept of renunciation. It's always there in any tradition that, to live a simple life, to not amass too much material things and assets and so on and so forth that you get attached to and that distract you from your spiritual practice. So in the tradition of Sanatana Dharma, in the Vaishnava culture, renunciation is also there, but it's called Yukta Vairagya. So this is a little different. Yukta Vairagya, it acknowledges that we actually don't own anything. So therefore we can't actually renounce anything. We can't give anything up. In order for you to give something up, it has to be yours to give. But in Sanatana Dharma, we understand that everything belongs to God. Basically, what you can take with you at the time of death is what belongs to you, which is nothing. The only thing we have is our desire, our free will. So how do you then tie that in with the existing principle of simple living? A Vaishnav, a practitioner of Sanatana Dharma, he can use things. Anybody can, but this is the principle in Sanatana Dharma, that you use things in the service of God. And therefore you repurpose it and you spiritualize it. The founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, the modern branch of Sanatana Dharma, a very big branch of the modern Sanatana Dharma, rooted in the tradition of the Vedic culture, he gave the example of a microphone that he was using to give a discourse about Krishna. And he said, this microphone is not material, it is spiritual, because it is being used solely for the purpose of glorifying God. And so material things can be connected to our eternal spiritual existence. You can use things that are here now, that are material objects, so-called material objects, and you can use them in the service of God, in the preaching mission, or to make your home into a temple, in so many different ways. You can dovetail things. Srila Prabhupada also used the term dovetailing. It's a term from carpentry, where two things fit into each other, like two triangle-shaped things. They fit into each other, and then it makes a very strong connection. You can't pull it out. And you can dovetail material things in spiritual activity. Actually, everything is spiritual in one sense, because everything is the energy of God, and because God is spiritual, His energy is also spiritual. So the material energy is also God's energy. It's His external energy, and we are part of the internal energy. We are spiritual in nature, and we are marginal. Being spiritual, we are marginal. We can be influenced by material nature, and we can be influenced by our original state, our spiritual nature. But we can use material things and use them in the service of God, and then they become spiritual. The only reason why material things become material is when we want to use them for our sense gratification. Then we separate it from Krishna. We separate that thing from Krishna. But if we use it in its original intended purpose, then it becomes spiritualized. So even objects that are used in the service of God, they have spiritual potency. For example, the shoes that Srila Prabhupada wore, they spiritualized. Anything that he used, it's spiritualized. Yeah, and they have spiritual potency. When you're in contact with them, you can get purified. You can get spiritually awakened by their contact. Yeah. So in this way, renunciation is there, but you could be living in great opulence, but using all of that in the service of God. It's possible. So externally, it's not easy to detect a spiritualist that's using his things in the service of God. So being renounced is accessible to everyone. We simply need to repurpose everything that we have, and this is easily done by using things at our disposal in the service of God. Yes. So to find out more about this, you can watch this video and click the link in the description